All right, I'm sorry about that. The camera ran out of memory. It beeped. So I've hit a snag. We got one issue here right now. Spin you around. So this bearing that needs to go here, which is the same as that one, was not in our parts list of all our parts. Basically, the bearing is right there. It's pretty much pooched. You know, this side had the water in it, and it was the worst side. So we did have the lower bearing that goes in here. We had the two clips. We got the new gaskets on. These two are basically ready once I get that extra bearing installed, which will just slip on. This pinion has a brand new bearing, so that's all clean and ready to go. So those two items are good. I have the next section here, which is the other half of the whole differential. Down here, we did not get the bearings for the actual carrier, so they do feel a little grindy, like they have some grit in them. It's to be expected. Like I said, I'm going to take this back to work, get it one more good heavy hot parts wash, get that dirt and grime out of there. I will get the bearings for this as well when I order the other one. Here is the remaining parts that we have to still rebuild. This section here was the worst side. That's the one I'm missing the bearing for. Otherwise, I could basically put that one in and kind of set that home. But for now, we're going to wait for the bearing. The video's kind of gotten long. I'm probably going to take a break here and come back with the teardown of this secondary subassembly of the whole differential. And then at that time, we'll have the bearings so that we can finish that other outer hub and do the bearings on the carrier, get that all sandwiched together so we can bolt this together as one unit, and then slowly nitpick at the other small subassembly type things. I just wanted to thank everybody for watching. I know this is a long video. I'm going to do the two-part thing just to help break it up a little bit so it's not a 3-4 hour video. If you would, just subscribe to our channel. It's trying to grow. I haven't got all this down really, but I'm trying, so any help is appreciated. Throw your comments in if you'd like. It's just me here trying to knock this out for a friend of mine and help him move his tractor along to the next person. But I just wanted to say thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to the Crazy Mayday channel. This video is going to pick up where we left off in the last one. We had ran out of parts. The bearings that we need to add to this particular outside steering knuckle did come in. My good buddy did pick these up for us. So we have the new OEM Kubota bearings for that. I did also do some off-camera work. It was basically just some more parts cleaning up, just getting them, you know, a little better degreased. We had some old bolts that were frozen inside the housing. I had to heat them up with a torch, got them out with the old smoke wrench. So I think everything now is pretty much here. We should be able to hopefully get this one finished up in this video. I'm hoping. I think we have all the parts we're going to need. Like I said before, we're just going to go on kind of like a time lapse. I'll just put music in the background. Excuse me. Anyway, that's what we're going to keep on going here. This is part 2 of the Kubota front end rebuild on the B1750 Kubota differential. So hang with us here. Hopefully you like these videos. You know, I'm just trying something a little different from some of our other stuff. Hopefully you guys like it. If you do, hit me that comment, throw one in, give me the thumbs up, subscribe. You know, we're just trying to get our channel to grow, so we'll see what happens. If not, it is what it is. But I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you. Always thumbs up. And let's dig into it. You guys stay tuned. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Crazy Mayday channel. I left off, I think, at a lunch break. That was a few lunch breaks and dinner breaks and breakfast breaks ago. But we're finally back here. This should be kind of like maybe part 3 of this video series. I did a few things off camera, which I needed to do. This part here particularly was bad. The bearings inside here were totally gone. They were basically just mauled down to nothing, and this part was basically locking up. To give you a little reference, this is basically where the drive shaft, this slides on here. The drive shaft of the tractor basically gets hooked to this part. There's a couple other covers that go over this, but gets hooked to this. This is basically what they call the pinion that drives the main differential, which we have over there. And with this part getting jammed up, it was causing the tractor's front end wheels to lock up. So now we have fresh new seals, new collar in here. We got basically brand new race and bearings in here, new O-ring here. This bearing needed to be pressed onto this main pinion shaft. The pinion shaft here is no longer available. There is a few, I guess, dealer stock, like old new stock, still available for some of these parts. You have to definitely check your local dealers. As time goes on, these probably will not, be available even as new old stock. But I'm gonna try to just get this pretty much all buttoned back up today in this little last part of the video. My friend did get some more of the last remaining parts that we needed to get everything pretty much all put back together. Everything is genuine Kubota. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of this for the main pinion, and then we're going to jump back to one of the side portions of the differential, finishing that with a with a bearing, which is here and here. So a little bit of back and forth, and then we should be able to kind of collaborate all these pieces together and put this thing back together for the last time, and hopefully get it back to my friend Frank, and hopefully the next owner will have many years of good usable service out of this tractor and this front end. So alright, just stay with me. It's going to be a little bit of a time-lapse video. We're just going to kind of go fast forward and make this thing a little more interesting than it really is. You guys hang in there. We'll keep this going. Sorry, I got interrupted. We'll continue back here. We're replacing this U-joint assembly, universal joint, with a new one. Reason being, the shaft that I was talking about earlier, the pinion, had some wear here. This part's very expensive, and we've kind of made like a judgment call. This new universal assembly has a lot less play than the old one. So for the cost, it really wasn't truly worth putting it in, just for the fact that it's very minimal now with the brand new unit. That being said, it wasn't like we were trying to take a shortcut or cut corners, because we like to do things right. It just was a cost versus what's the life expectancy and usage going forward with this machine. Now this whole setup for the front differentials, 4-wheel drive, right? So how many times are you really going to be demanding true 4-wheel drive for the remaining life of this machine? It's probably going to be very minimalistic. So this tiny little bit of play is not even going to be felt whatsoever. It's not going to cause any extra bindage or lockup going forward. So we made the judgment call to spend the money here and not truly go and buy a whole brand new shaft for that perfect 100% clearance free, fitment. So like I said in the last video, I think we have very minimal play, and that's right now without the roll pin in there as well. So once we get the roll pin in, it's going to even be tighter. So as far as this, everything that was definitely needed got replaced. Now once we get this back in, like I said, it's not going to be worth the $600-700 investment for this one part that's now discontinued. It's just put the money where it's actually needed, keep the value of the tractor within range. That way you don't over exceed what it's worth for the repairs that are being done to it, and it keeps everybody pocketbook basically level. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to drive this pin in, and then basically I got a gasket for this cover that houses that, and there's some shims that go on the end of this once we get it into the main housing, but I have to finish up that other tube assembly before we can actually put that together and get this all put back together. So we're down to the nitty-gritty here. So I'm just going to continue on with my fast forwarding, and I'll pick this up back when I get a stopping point. basically, that's how I rebuilt the Kubota front end of a B1750 compact utility tractor. Pretty much, you know, cut and dry. It's just having all your parts and pieces. Some things definitely need to be pressed in, especially in here where our pinion basically was. Seals, shims, O-rings, some new bolts, obviously some new fluid, all our bearings. We have a couple other components that are going to be installed once it's actually back up underneath the frame of the tractor. And hopefully we have no lockup. I always just like to divot one good turn. Trying to see if I have a screwdriver or something here that I could imitate the drive shaft. So there we go. So as you can see, everything is turning nice. There's no bindage. Nice and smooth. And that's what you want. You want everything to be smooth. This is not a high-speed differential, so we're not talking 50, 60, 100 miles an hour. This is just, you know, that 0 to maybe 10 miles an hour most tractor. So everything inside here is now tight, new, fresh, just like it was when it rolled off the assembly line. So I'm going to basically fill these sub-assemblies up and basically wrap this video up. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming through this journey with me. It's been a little bit rebuilding this. Probably, I want to say altogether time-wise, I probably got probably about a month and a half of just, you know, life in general, working out here in the garage, putting this back together, getting parts ordered. That takes time. But it's going to a good person. That person's going to sell it to the next person, and basically the life of this thing will carry on. So I guess that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching the Crazy Mayday channel again. If you want, like, subscribe. I'm trying to keep up with the videos, keeping them coming out, and we'll see you on the next one.